Hi, my Scorpio and Scorpio rising friends. Sandra from ForYourChi.com. We're here today to do your yearly career reading for 2022. So I'm working on half the lights that I normally have. We've had a crazy windstorm here and we're on generator power. I received a message about probably a year ago now that I needed to go out and buy a big generator as soon as possible, and I'm so glad that I did because we've been running on generator power for about 5 hours now. There's no telling how long this is going to be out, but regardless, we're warm and cozy and comfy over here. Okay, so we're going to look at your career for 2022. How is it going? This is going to be a very interesting year for you Scorpios. The most recent past, so what we have at the end of 2021, Scorpio, is that you're working awfully hard at whatever it is that you do for a living, but you're not really receiving the reward for the amount of efforts that you're putting into it. Let's face it, what Scorpio doesn't feel that way right now? Now, you're going to want to listen to your intuition, especially here at the tail end of 2021. As I'm recording this, I'll try to post this as soon as possible. The guidance is telling you here to look for a sign, the answers from the angels. So, and this, it's not going to be just one sign, Scorpio. It's going to be a culmination of many signs that are coming, and much more information is coming down the road. And when I say down the road, I mean right around the corner. And I'll explain that why in just a minute. As you know, in these readings, it's quite different than what I do with the 12 house spread. We're doing a timeline session here. So the first card that I pick will be for it's quarterly, the first quarter of 2022. You have positive movement here. This is the creative flow card. You are getting creative ideas, Scorpio, of what you're supposed to do with your career. It could be aha moments. You could be having epiphanies of what you're going to be doing in the future. You could have glimpses. You could have dreams. What you're supposed to do with this information is write it down. Keep it all in one place. Keep it all in one notebook. Because, like I said earlier, it's not going to come all at one time. You're going to be getting bits and pieces. Now, this information is going to be quite exciting, and I could totally see, as a Scorpio myself, how you would want to jump on this train as soon as possible, as soon as you get one of the bright ideas. However, the advice card is not right now. The card is no. So this tells me do not act on this information because two things. You don't have all the information. The timing isn't right quite yet. Okay, Scorpio? Now, where you're coming from at the beginning of 2022 is you're disappointed that things haven't panned out in the past. That does not mean that it's going to continue to be that way. It just means that you have not been on the correct path in the correct amount of time in the divine timing that the higher power is calling for. Okay? Now, it's kind of ironic here. The advice card for how you're feeling about this heartache and lost disappointment card is it's the perfect time to feel disappointed because it spars you into different direction and action, right? Okay, now, and here's why I'm saying to write the ideas down. The ideas come in the first quarter. Write them down. You can be in different aspects of the planning phase for it, but the second quarter is patience. I can't make this up, and wait. Hold off on implementing all of the creative ideas. It's not quite time yet. You're still culminating information. You're still accumulating. You could be accumulating the resources in which to do this, to put these ideas into action. And also seek expert advice for those whom that applies to. So if you're doing something that you You're getting ideas that you totally know nothing about. It's not your area of expertise. You're going to want to interview people who has the expertise, okay? And ask them lots of questions. The Scorpio will get to the bottom of the answers, for sure. It's looking better here in the third quarter of 2022. You have harmony. Harmony means that you're feeling good about where you're at right now. Now, you also have no need to worry. So this tells me that you could be implementing your ideas that you received in the first quarter in the third quarter for some of you. Now, this is not for every Scorpio. This is a split. Here's where the Scorpio population splits. Some of you are going to be getting the green light to go ahead on your ideas in the directions that you've been given guidance. The others of you are not, and that's because you're going to be learning something that's going to take you into the next opportunity. We're going to talk about opportunity in a minute. But the Scorpios that are split right now, what I would do if I were you, before you actually pull the trigger on starting this business or whatever this happens to be, and you start spending a lot of money, I would get a reading from someone that you trust and make sure you are on the correct path before you start filing incorporation documents and all of that, exciting stuff. Not really, because I've done that a million times, so I totally get it. Now, what's coming? Workaholism, Scorpio. The Devil card in a career reading almost always means you are working your fingers to the bone. You are burning that midnight oil. That's for the majority of you. Now, for some of you, this could also be talking about someone that you're going to meet on this path, and this could be a business partner. And if so, I would be very cautious who you bring in with your ideas here and who you bring in to partner, because it could be someone who is flaky because they're on some sort of substances. They have their own addictions themselves, and that's not a good thing. So some of you need to be aware here. And be cautious with that. But there is this opportunity, and I do peek just a little bit into 2023. The accelerated motion card does indicate an opportunity also. Now, I would normally read this card as beware caution. You don't have to say yes to every opportunity, but I feel like you really do need to say yes to it. Even if it doesn't bring you everything you've always wanted here, I feel like this is going to be a leg up or a step up in the direction that you need to go. And it's going to be teaching you lessons that you are not going to be able to learn by yourself with or without this opportunity, if that makes sense. The advice card for the beginning of 2023 is you're ready for this. So all of these cards tell a story. It's not over yet. In fact, it's more so like you're climbing the stairs to a new career idea or thing that's happening in the next long term, right? But the 2022 and the beginning of 2023 is going to be imperative in action taking, which is writing things down to begin with, right? You got to start somewhere. In order to start your new career chapter, Scorpio. So this is very exciting. As a Scorpio myself, I'm excited to see what's going to happen for me in my career. Many blessings to all of you. I'm going to have links to hopefully my Patreon page, which is where the 2022 love reading and the 2022 money reading for Scorpio will be. It's going to be a membership, obviously, or a subscription rather. However, I'm going to make it cheap so that everybody can access all 12 signs, so you don't have to buy each video. It's going to be one price per month for access to all of the 12 signs for all of their 2022, and I'm going to have tiered levels so that you can just get the extended readings on the 12 houses if you want to, all the way up to the third tier, which is going to mean You get me, 100% double Scorpio over here, unleashed, uncut, uncensored, which is what I couldn't do on the YT, if you know what I mean. Many blessings to all of you Scorpios. I hope you have a fabulous year.